You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hack.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail.
Yo! The So What Morning Show is back in the building after a 2-week hiatus.
I was high during the hiatus.
Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. Listen, I had to make a quick run down to Alabama to check on the young lion, sit in on a practice, see just how bad he's fucking up. Oh, he down there bullshit.
Is he bullshit?
You know, freshman year, just, oh, hey!
Young cat away from home first time.
Oh, my God, just too much freedom.
So what is it? Is it the panty storm? Is it the panty storm?
Oh, Jesus.
Is it the
I don't want to.
the strange vagina?
I don't want to throw his new enterprise under the building. But, jeez. I mean, they just down there wilding.
Okay, you're not gonna.
Last I saw, they had absconded with two.
young tenders.
Let me just say, the way Auburn has so much money, right? They just get it's just money on top of money, old money,
right.
Just money. So for the athletes,
just unprinted money.
Just it ain't even printed yet.
Yeah,
right. Bitcoins, everything, right?
Bitcoin.
So no, just a real quick story. These guys, there's some gymnasts.
Oh God.
Right. Well, the gymnasts, the volleyball, all that's all in the same dorm.
Oh Lord.
So you understand? Like that's all.
Oh shit.
It's like that old episode of Star Wars, or Star Trek, when they found that paradise
With the green
with
bitches.
yeah, with all the chicks.
Hey, brother. There's some shit going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, got so much money. The gymnasts, there's 2 gymnasts that got injured.
Okay.
So the university provides them Auburn electric carts.
That's ridiculous.
These 2 dudes go down, mack the girls out of their carts, because they don't need the carts for the day, you know. So these dudes is rolling around the dorm in the cart.
What's up?
Crashing into shit, you know, just
Wildin'.
Just wilding. Then I had to clean up the dorm room. When I went in there,
Oh shit.
it was like a third world country. It was so bad.
Okay. Did the young lion know that the king lion was coming?
He knew. You know what he said? You know what he said? You got here too quick.
I was gonna clean it.
Right. We was at the grocery store when you got it. I said, you knew I was coming a week ago.
This reminds me of a story that you may be able to fix because I know it's kind of inaccurate. Chris Webber was talking about how he was wilding in college.
Jeez.
Oh man.
And Mr. Webber, his daddy, showed up and said, look, what's your last name? He said, Webber. He said, no, it ain't. That's my last name. And I'll be damned if you going to put dirt on my name.
There you go.
My name is clean in the street.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that.
Act like I didn't raise you. I'll knock your ass out.
It was bad, though. It was bad. And as bad as the room was, the chicks was still coming through.
Oh, you mean
It was like, Dad, I'm going to leave you here. You got the remote. I bought your favorite cereal. Everything good. You chill.
I'm holler.
all right.
I'll let you later.
Wow. He put you on the senior citizen
my
stroll.
God.
Yeah, I was AARP down there.
Daddy, okay. They're going to be playing bingo in about 20 minutes.
Right.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Right.
It was great, though.
You good?
So let me do this really quickly. As is commonplace, we've got to promote businesses. We Juice is one of the businesses we promote. They bring all of these juices here. My brother Hassan McCullough, you guys enjoy the juices, man. It's there for the taking. We Juice, man. This brother is incredible. I'm glad you guys who listen to the So What Morning Show saved this brother's business. We so appreciate you guys for patronizing the brother's work. I'm thankful for that. Continue to support the brother. Thank you very much. On to the next. The Aria Rose Collection. This brother, listen, when I went to Auburn, I used this backpack that they made for me. Right? There's their website right there. Your wife wants a high-end, high-quality leather purse,
joint,
clutch. They've got it all. Black-owned business. Gotta support them. I use this. I packed everything in this. Look at the little African designs on the inside. You know, I packed this, and I was good. It's delicious, huh?
Oh my God!
What flavor is it?
It's called Be Fearless. Apple, pear, lemon, ginger, and cayenne pepper.
You mean the one that I wanted? It's cool.
Oh my God! Oh,
I'll trade you
tastes
steps.
like wonderful vagina. Oh,
Hey!
Well, I wouldn't know that.
what up?
If you don't know what vagina tastes like,
Yeah, that's a problem right there.
Anyway, the Aria Rose Collection. Please continue to support. Go buy your girl something nice. Go buy yourself something nice. That backpack is ridiculous. They made that for me custom. I'm sure they sell it. Is it too hot for you? You having a hot moment?
No, let me do it because see this is something you don't know about.
But
Black
let me finish this business. You and Doc, y'all do y'all taste testing over there. The Pepsi Challenge.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Anyway, Shepherd Sweets. This dude over here is a little pissed off with me because I didn't bring no candy. I can't bring candy.
You damn right.
Every week. I can't.
You can when Yaz wants you to bring it.
No, it ain't even got nothing to do with Yaz.
She didn't make any?
She didn't make none.
What?
Listen, she'll call me and let me know. Zoe, I got some candy, extra candy, whatever. You want to come get this and take this up to them? Cool. That's the only way it go down. I don't be sitting in there like, you know, little badass kid.
No, lip out, bottom lip out. There you go.
I don't have that look for the candy.
Hi, Miss Jackson. How you doing?
Why not?
You got any more candy for me to take to the people up there to eat up on camera? No.
She got candy fiends up in there, boy.
So listen, if you want some of her candy, it's incredible. I mean, the shit is delicious. Please continue to support her business. ShepherdsSweets.com. Easy Boy Web. They did my website, right? Chris tells me they're doing the 5150 show website. These brothers are incredible, man. They make it crack. Please go to easyboyweb.com and check out their business, black-owned business out of Atlanta, Easy Boy Web. Please continue to support. RBGTs. These brothers got some fly T-shirts, man. I promise you. These brothers have some very fly T-shirts. They sent me a whole bunch. I love the King and Queen package, the Royal package. You rock the King sweatshirt. Your woman rock the Queen sweatshirt. Flyness. You see the God with Africa with the crown over Africa. Hey, man, they got some fly. Look at the Nat Turner Gun Club hoodie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey,
whoa.
hey, pull down and hit that.
Whoa.
The Nat Turner, Gun Club. That shit is hot monkey lava. Go back up.
Oh, my God.
Go back.
That's a tattoo.
At the top, right there. Hoodie. Just click it. Right, come down.
Oh, my
come down.
sweet Jesus.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
That ain't it.
Okay, I tell you what's going to happen. Here, I'm going to speak out some words in English. I need you to do exactly what I say. Scroll down. Okay, never mind.
All right, but y'all got to go there.
Sweet dick.
They got really fly gear. They sent me a nice little package. And I love these brothers for that. Another group of brothers who sent me some packages of shirts and all the T-shirts and stuff. Power in One, PIO Clothing. They've got a lot of nice stuff. I'm wearing one of their hats right now. These brothers, you got it? PIO Clothing.
Ooh, pretty. Power in One.
Yeah, the hands down,
who's the
fist
model?
up shirt. I mean, don't worry about who the model is.
I'm worried.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm
Who's that in the
worried.
boots?
Hey, man, that brother right there, the Rikers,
That looks like
The Ryan Lucas situation.
Come back down.
He got a record coming out.
Come back down. Come back down.
Look at that. Look at the Africa
cat.
Oh, my
God. Back down. Which way are you going?
They're going
Jesus.
too fast. They don't know what to do. Jesus.
Oh, the other way, sir. The other way. Use it the other way. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Stop.
Oh, hammer time.
That looked like, yeah, right there. No, to the right. To the right. That looked like Lady of Rage after a cleanse. Right there. Right there.
Okay, enough. We've had enough of you. All right.
Shout out to Lady of Rage.
All right, look, go to my website right now and get your copy of the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. This is what I really need you guys to do. There's a couple of things I need to promote in terms of my business here. The Relationship Dismount, my website will get you the physical copy. I will sign the physical copy. Anybody who buys a copy of the Relationship Dismount right now will get a free copy of the God Class Volume 1 CD. I will include the CD where we do a lecture on God. All right? That's that. You can also get the Relationship Dismount on iTunes. I urge everybody to go out and support the iTunes movement. And you can get it on Kindle. I urge everybody to do that as well. And then one of the fans told me to put a donate button inside of my app, the Zoe Williams app. It's available on Google Play. And it's available on, the app is available on iTunes, right? Get it, and then go donate. Let's have a donation drive to keep the shows that we're doing rolling, right? All right, now, sister girl, Brittany Presley, open your mind before you open your legs.
Damn.
She was a guest on The Voice of Reason, and she killed. She has a new, and she's beautiful, too.
She's not hard to look at.
No, not at all. She's got books. Please go support this sister. The Relationship Dismount is here.
Yes.
Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth with Bill Moyers.
Yes.
Don't play yourself.
Yep.
I'm trying to give you good game right now. Real Men Don't Play, Bobby Glanton Smith.
Always. Great read.
Oh, my God. Black Manuscripts. Why the Bible Isn't the White Man's Book. Firpo Carr, who will be on the show today.
Oh, brother.
Oh, God, it's going down. And then, Talking to Crazy, Mark Goulston, and Just Listen. Don't Play Yourself on Kindle, $1.99. And the final thing I'm promoting today is this shirt.
The final thing?
Oh, yeah. Get yours in real quick, pimp.
Now, if you guys want some
got your
training
website
online, please go to 3bbootcamp.com/body BBB online. You wearing the body protector this week. Also, if you want some, if you want health coaching or fitness coaching, just go ahead and hit me up on that too, and we do it all.
Now, I'm rocking one of the new collections from the Ramo Mart gear. I've been coaching this brother and his business. This is the Persian god King Xerxes. 'Tis I.
Xerxes.
Release the lions.
Yeah.
Where is my son Darius? Anyway, sorry. I don't know why we always do the English accent
for Xerxes.
For other people.
This is Sparta.
But look at my man shit up here, man.
That's
do you
kinda
understand?
fly,
Do you understand? Like
That's fly.
I could have been at the Oscars last night on fire.
Oh my
I would
God.
have flew in there by myself. The lapels would have brought me in. Anyway, Ram Omar NYC new website. I've been coaching the brother. He's back in business. Go there right now. That's it for community empowerment. When we come back, today's topic and guest, it's going down.
All right.
There's a line that simply goes, and Adam knew Eve, and she conceived and bore a son named Cain, right? I call it the first quickie in the Bible.
You have three things that you can be sure all human beings are going to do. They're going to drink water, they're going to eat food, and they're going to have sex.
Every Sunday, when the church is in worship, that's a time that Christ and the church make love together. And as a result of that, every time a soul is saved, that's a church giving birth to a soul.
Sexuality is being talked about in the church. It's just not being talked about by the church.
The only thing that separates the church and the world is the power of God.
when we get to this area of sexuality or sex in the black church has dropped the ball.
We don't talk about sin much now because we're not talking about Jesus much now.
You're talking about people who are constantly crying, and it's that ability to cry out that calls attention to the injustices that are going on. And we're losing our ability to cry because you can't cry when the king is feeding you or when the queen is feeding you. It's hard to cry with a T-bone in your mouth. And how many people do you know want to take a T-bone out?
When I hear pimp in the pulpit, there's a picture that comes to mind.
Those male pastors standing out at this elevated place in the church and looking out, it's like eye candy.
Before I'm a pastor, before I'm a preacher, I'm a man. And I cannot neglect the temptations and the tendencies that I have as a man and ignore them simply because I'm passive.
When we talk about sexuality in the church, it's often about what women aren't supposed to do in the church and how women are supposed to be, the respectability of women.
The way that we think about girls always goes back to those biblical conceptions of woman. Either you are Eve or you're Mary.
Once you start reading the first 5 books of the Bible, embedded in those first 5 books is an agenda, a political agenda, an agenda to silence and control women's sexuality. Because the fear of women's sexuality have always sent me.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
T Radio V.
What did you play opposite Andy, Eric? Do you remember?
Andy and I worked as two employees at a network.
Okay. Oh, you're forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that when I played my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that, Eliza?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hey geeks, wake up! We've got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie video game. Let me do one more. Hey geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV, is coming to T Radio V Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Why is a white guy like me co-hosting a black radio show? I think toxic relationships cause you to take poorer care of yourself. That if you can recognize danger, if you can pause, if you can take some breaths, refocus, and engage, you might be able to dodge a bullet that you're going to send coming towards you. One of the things that men don't get is that often women need to vent first to clear their mind. So today's topic is God in you or is God in the book? And so, I come up with these crazy acronyms. The acronym for today is FUD God. F-U-D-D God. And it's about why man had to invent God.
Okay. Oh, I thought you was going to kill the rabbits.
And FUD stands for frustrated, upset, disappointed, and distrust. So what happens is when you run into things in your life and they don't go right, and you're frustrated, upset, disappointed, and you don't trust anyone. You don't trust other people. and you don't trust yourself because you did another stupid thing again, you got to look to something else to sort of vent. And you got to and venting into thin air is not the same thing as venting into, oh my God, I did it again. And a lot of people who aren't religious, you know, they'll say, oh my God, you know, and it's because you got to get it off your chest, because otherwise you'll just make it worse. And so you reach out to somebody. Now the question is, do you have to pay a lot of money to some sort of organization so you can get something off your chest and aim all your destructive feelings out there before you make things worse? So that's what we're going to talk about, is can you find that within yourself, or do you have to find it in a book, or do you have to go to some place on a Sunday and pay to play?
Wow. That's a tee up.
Or pay to pray.
Pay to pray.
That's it.
Oh, damn. That should have been today's topic. Do you got to pay to pray?
I saved 10% on my soul insurance by switching to Don't Go.
Without further ado, today's topic: is it easier to find God within the holy books of the world, or is it easier to find God within yourself? We've done many shows on religion. We get a lot of backlash. Somebody sent me a long fucking email. I get a lot of them. Basically saying if I wouldn't wear a hat, if I didn't dress hip hop, and if I left Jesus alone, my show would be bigger. I was told that. Right? I was told my show would be bigger if I left Jesus alone and I didn't dress hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the show would be bigger.
They just gave you the formula for everybody else's bullshit?
Man, so my whole point of doing this show is to let people know, or at least have the discussion, about God being an internal movement as opposed to an external movement.
There you have it.
Now, some people will say the Bible is a tool for getting you to this internal movement. We will discuss further. My homeboy should be on the line. Is Firpo Carr on the line? My good friend Firpo Carr, I be telling you guys to get this man's book. My homeboy Chansin Berry just walked in as well. Director of that movie clip y'all just saw, Sex in the Church House. Lord have mercy, as if that ain't a problem. Sex in the Church House. You know good and well, Passa is the remix of Massa. And the new slave is that Yoni. 85% of most churches in America are filled with women. It's a Yoni farm. Passa is the new Massa. Oh, God, this is bad. My man in the building, he just wrote this book, Black Bible Manuscripts. Why the Bible isn't the white man's book. Why is this conversation relevant today?
The reason why it is, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. The reason why it's relevant today is because when you think of the Bible, many people think of the King James Bible, and because obviously King James is from Europe, they think it's the white man's book, not knowing that a black man has called to the world's attention this manuscript, or this what they call papyrus, that comes from Africa. Actually, there are several of them, and all of these papyrus form the basis of the Old Testament, the New Testament, and something that's called the Septuagint, which is the Greek translation of the Old Testament. That's stunning. I mean, how is that the case? That means every Bible we have, 5 billion Bibles out there in 2,800 languages, are all based upon African manuscripts. The fact that we have the Bible in its current form is due to a meeting that happened in Africa. A lot of people just don't know that, ironically, during Black History Month, this is all coming out, that the hands that wrote the Bible, the material that the Bible is written on, once again, papyrus, which is where we get the word paper from, are all of African origin. So, as far as the message is concerned, that's another thing. There are other books out there that talk about black presence in the Bible, But what about the material that came from that, or the material that the Bible is predicated on? I, for one, happened to be in Israel several times studying the Dead Sea Scrolls, which the oldest of which is an African papyrus, and all the others are based upon that. I was allowed in the Soviet Union, when it was the Soviet Union, to study the Codex Leningrad B19A, which is the oldest, most complete version of the Old Testament, the Hebrew Old Testament, also predicated on African manuscripts. And it's the same with the New Testament, all 27 books of that. And as I mentioned, when Alexander the Great conquered the then known world, 300 years before Christ, well, they had, at that time, what they called the Septuagint. 70 sounds like September because originally September was the 7th month, October the 8th, November the 9th, and December the 10th. In any event, when they translated the Bible from Hebrew into Greek, that happened in Alexandria, Egypt, also Africa. So Africa's all over the place, and we just have never been told that. And for the first time ever, a book has been written by someone who was on the inner circle, because that was also allowed maybe one of 10 scholars in the world to read the unpublished Dead Sea Scrolls before they were released.
So, Firpo, who gave the white man the authority to go in and rewrite and recontextualize these holy books?
Well, here's what's actually, it may seem that way, but that's not exactly how it is. They haven't redone anything, because here's what we can do. We can look at the Codex Leningrad B19A. Now, that's a fancy term, a mouthful, that of the reference to the New, or rather Old Testament. Now, that's 1,000 years old. That's in, of all places, Russia right now. They don't even allow their own scholars to see it, and they only let a few Jewish scholars see it. So that's the Codex Leningrad B19A. Every Bible we have today is based upon that family of manuscripts, okay? All right, so, and that's the only one that is in existence today, 1,000 years old. In 1947, we discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls, which are essentially the same thing, Hebrew Old Testament, in Israel. And, of course, the oldest of those is, I should say, an African manuscript. Even another one before that is also, the Nash Papyrus is African. Now, here's the whole thing right here. We found that the Dead Sea Scrolls are 2,000 years old. That's 1,000 years older than the Russian manuscript. And what did we do? We compared the book of Isaiah, because it's complete in both. In Hebrew, it's Ishayahu. When we compared the book of Isaiah from the Codex Leningrad B19A, the Russian manuscript, with Isaiah from the Dead Sea Scrolls, remember they're 1,000 years apart, different places, totally, they matched up content-wise 100%. So that lets us know that there is fidelity and there's integrity when it comes to the Bible, and when they translated it, or when they compared it with other translations and other languages, they all matched up. So, if you might think that if you play telephone, and this is true, when we were children, we would play telephone, whisper in classroom, one story to one person, and then by the time it got to the end of the class, it was completely distorted. That is not so when it comes to biblical manuscripts, which is fascinating in and of itself.
Wow. Listen, let me just come in here. Now, you guys heard Firpo. I'm going to tell you right now, Firpo, he's one of the smartest dudes I know, most learned men I know when it comes to this Bible, religion. I don't want to cuss because Firpo, my friend, I don't want to offend Firpo.
Bovine feces?
Bovine feces, right? When I tell you, he has that book. What's the name of the book where you break down every word in the dictionary? Because I send people to go get this book all the time. What's the name of the book, Firpo?
Wicked Words, Poisoned Minds, Racism in the Dictionary. And here's the deal. I read and studied, like Malcolm, every single word in Merriam-Webster's Ninth New Collegiate Dictionary. Of course, the ninth edition wasn't out when he was out, but the same one, Webster's Dictionary. I read every single word thinking that everything was fine, that Spike Lee exposed everything in the movie and what have you, and they went in and corrected things. They have not to this very day, and that's why I wrote my book, Wicked Words, Poisoned Minds, Racism in the Dictionary. They're consistent, too, and they have fidelity, too, because the same madness is in there. The same distorted words, for instance, one of your favorite,
this is my
gorilla.
Favorite. Please, tell them.
Gorilla. That is believed to be the name of an alleged African tribe of hairy women. That's verbatim in the dictionary, and if you don't believe that, all you have to do is go and Google gorilla, and you will see that the black woman, the African woman, is associated with the gorilla. In fact, she has come from the gorilla according to the Eurocentric dictionary.
Wow.
Also,
wait.
Words,
Firpo, please tell them, because especially with Kim Kardashian being credited with bringing back cornrows and bringing back fat asses, please tell them about the word big booty in the dictionary and how it's negative for sisters but positive for say it.
One for the black woman, one for the white woman. The one for I'll put them in alphabetical order because that's the way I read it. C, starts with a C. It's related to the word calligraphy, which means beautiful handwriting. Kali means beautiful, and graphe means to write. So calligraphy is beautiful handwriting. When you talk about the derriere, in Greek, that's pyria. So you have pygia, I should say. So now you have Kali, which means beautiful, Pygia, then Calipygia. Now I'll spell that for you so that everyone can write it down and take a look at it because it's important. Callipigia, Calipygia, and here's what it means: beautiful buttocks, having beautiful buttocks, but, and they don't put this part in it, that's referring to white women, European women, Greek women.
Calipygia, Greek booty.
Calipygia. And here's the trip about it. Venus of the Calipygia, if you Google that, you will, and look at the images, you will see a white woman turning around, looking at her derriere, the reflection of her derriere in a pond of water. Venus of the Calipygia. That is, they don't put it in the dictionary explicitly, but that's a white woman. Here's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can look right at that and say that's a white woman. That ain't no,
that ain't no black woman.
No, she got that extra vertebrae above her ass.
The Eurocentric dictionary will tell you that. And guess what word they have for a woman, a black woman? Here it is. The word is steatopygia. Steatopygia. Let me spell that for you.
Steatopygia.
S-T-E-A, steato, T-O-P-Y, G-I-A, steatopygia. You'll notice that both words, Calipygia and steatopygia, end with P-Y-G-I-A.
Yeah, we did notice.
So steatopygia,
hold on, let me see.
Anyone who studied any etymology will let you know that stia means fat. So here's the dictionary definition of steatopygia: having an excessive amount of fat on the buttocks, especially in black women. Excessive amount. We're not talking about, baby got backs or mix a lot. We ain't talking about shapely. That's for the white woman, according to the dictionary, with Calipygia. When it's all out of shape and what have you, and fat and unattractive, they save that, and they mention it in the definition for the black woman. So all you have to do is put in Calipygia, Venus of the Calipygia, Google that, put in images, and then click on images, and then put in steatopygia, click on images, and you'll see the black women with these exaggerated derrieres. So,
all right. So
the dictionary is a racist book, no doubt about it, and anyone who says go look it up in the dictionary, although they may mean well, they may be poisoning your mind.
Let me say this right now. Please, everybody go follow my man, Firpo Carr, very intelligent brother, has many books. His books on the Holocaust, his books on the Black Holocaust. Woo!
Oh, yeah, Germany's
What's
Black
the name
Holocaust.
of
Now,
that?
Germany's Black Holocaust.
That's the name of the book?
Germany's Black Holocaust.
This dude got
now, here's why
his
it's
books.
timely. If I can just say this real quickly. Here it is. You have the movie Race out right now. Jesse Owens, Berlin Olympics 1936. Have you ever asked your question, what was happening with other blacks who lived in Germany during that time, before that time, and after that time? Well, you can find out by looking up this book. What is it? Germany's Black Holocaust, 1890 to 1945.
You got to get that book. It's
so
incredible.
That's 3 of them you can look up.
The
Germany's Black
book is
Holocaust, Wicked Words, and also Black Bible Manuscripts.
There it is. Thank you so much for calling in, Firpo. We appreciate having you, man.
Thank you for having me on your show, brother, and you take care now.
All right, Firpo, we'll talk soon, man. Thank you so much. Listen, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, Dr. Phil Valentine and the rest of us.
Here we go.
We gonna get. What do you mean? Now here we go. Hey. Okay.
I love Dr. Phil.
No, it's imperative that we get this information out there. You know why? We gonna get to the Oscars when we come back. You understand? Because this ties into the Oscars. Diversity, racism, opportunities. We gonna get back. When we come back, we gonna wrap all of this shit in.
What, Oscar Grant?
Wow. Exactly. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. So what?
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Hi kids, Billy and Francesca here for my brand new show at T Radio V, Advice from an Idiot, every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So please call in and get some advice from someone who knows absolutely nothing about everything.
I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston.
I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TRadiov.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at Jeff. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling.
To them. To them.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Kyle Master, and you're checking out T Radio V.
T Radio V.
T Radio V.
Hello, T Radio V. Love you guys. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Plastic Martyr, and I've got a new show called Just Like You on T Radio V. It's an inside look into my Hollywood life where I give you a sneak peek into a world of beauty, fashion, and fame. Illusions will be shattered. And of course, there's a little sex, hugs, and rock and roll. Be sure to check it out Wednesdays at 11, only on T Radio V.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Wrap your partner and move your feet. Shake and jiggle up out your seat. Bossa Nova and cello mix with hip hop.
St. Corey at Timbuktu, the last of the great African universities. At the end of that teaching days, and I'm now a professor emeritus, meaning that I'm retired, but I still teach. At the end of that teaching days, they would wander through the great country, Sangay, as honored scholars, and they would give of their wisdom free of charge to the populace, and they were so well thought of, these master teachers, that people would take their goods and their service from one place to the other, and one would consider it an honor for the teacher to stay in their homes, and many times the chair that he sat in is retired, and no one is ever permitted to sit in the chair again unless he's going to get married or he needs some extra wisdom. And these great scholars would wander up and down throughout the country until someone would say, "Oh, Master Teacher, lend me of your wisdom, or will you solve this problem for me?" In reading about this, especially in a book called Timbuktu, the Mysterious, I was trying to decide, what am I going to do when I retire? coming here to Reverend Daltrey's church because I knew him 25 years ago, and because I related to him through the years in his different fights and different struggles, and had a great deal of respect for the energy he still got. Most of mine I've used up. Coming back here to this church and my relationship to him and his effort, I seem to have fulfilled to have more time to teach among the populace and to teach the subjects that you otherwise would not have the time to teach. Now tonight I am taking a subject.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the building.
What the hell?
Listen, you weren't supposed to say that on the air.
I wasn't supposed to say what?
What the hell?
What the hell? I'm serious.
You know,
stop. I'm not saying my man ain't deep. I'm saying we got an editing issue. I'm saying we got an editing issue.
Listen.
I feel like I rented a porn and all I heard was "Oh pool boy," and then it went. We didn't get to the.
All right, listen. Before Jeff.
What the hell?
Jeff right here.
Okay, go to church. Go to church. And you know how the choir sing. That's wonderful. And you ready for the pastor. What would you do if he got up and went, "Good morning, giving honor to God and greetings, and y'all to the First Lady. Today's sermon is about," and then he stopped. And then he stopped. And then everybody just got up and went the fuck home. That's what just happened.
Let me do it.
Okay.
Let me do it. All right. The brother, Dr. Henrik Clark.
Absolutely.
Awesome, brother.
Absolutely.
Awesome, brother.
Absolutely.
What he was getting ready to say
is what we should have saw.
Let me just
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I ain't
The
taking
time
nothing
code
from him.
was gone.
Okay.
So just wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me
Yes.
wrap him up.
Yes.
What the brother was about to say was everybody is captivated by the Europeans' perspective when it comes to religion.
Yes.
Once they took over the imagery, they took over the meaning, the context.
Just Puff Daddied it.
They took over everything. And then after that, it seems as if no one wants to go before that.
No.
And he's saying, if you go into African civilizations, there was a connection to spirituality that Christianity can't hold a candle to.
Come on.
That
Come on.
Islam can't hold a candle to. He said, but what happens is when the Western perspective took over, it kind of cut off that ancient perspective that actually supersedes and trumps
all that
what we're dealing with today. That's what he was trying to get to, but we didn't get the time code in. But now, on the line, we got somebody who could really speak to that, the God within. He has an organization out of New York. He's always on this show. Legendary brother in the community.
Bad brother.
Dr. Phil Valentine. Welcome to the show, Phil. Thank you for taking the time, brother. Speak to us.
Hey. How you all doing?
All right, Dr.
Feel
Phil.
like I got dropped into the mix.
Yeah, man. You know, like the Matrix. We just had to dial you up real quick and get you in on this because I believe it's
Morpheus on the line. Morpheus on the line.
That's you. You're Morpheus.
Operator.
And we need Morpheus to clear this up for our people. Like we talked earlier this morning, brother. Our people are trapped in this spell. They think God is in a book. They think God is in a temple. They think they even have a relationship with God through this. Can you help us break this spell?
Well, you got to look at this too. The European mind is fragmented. It's been fractionated. Germans were responsible for studying spirituality, and through the Catholicism, codified spirituality into a set of random thought processes that came out as abstracts. So they broke down spirituality in accordance with the calcification of the Europe pineal. You have to look at spirituality in his way. You're looking at it through the lens of his calcified pineal gland.
Damn.
So when the Germans began studying religion, it broke it down into two parts. If I remember correctly, it was primitive polytheism and ethical monotheism. Now, this is what I'm saying now. Ethical monotheism was much better than polytheism because you didn't have to catch up with too many personalities. That's what they started to do when Europeans today started to use their own religious context. That's when they began to estrange nature. They began to make it into this ethical form of activity that only man can actually deal with through his logic and reasoning. And if it ain't in his logic or reasoning, it doesn't exist. And that codifies something that he could never abstractly incorporate into his feeble little mind. So what he had to do was he had to abstract the creator. He had to create these little functions of mind. So he broke it down into like dualism, polytheism, monotheism, pantheism, and all these other theisms, when it's all one spirituality, all one understanding and understanding, you see. And the whole thing is that Shaka Zulu said to the Europe that I'm not estranged from my creator. He says, your creator has a birthday? He says, I was no.
Wow.
Then he dropped another one on them when they said, well, if you don't convert to Christianity, you're going to burn in the fires of hell. He said, yeah, right. We here on this continent. So what he was saying to them was, we're not estranged from study our God from there and here. We are is that we worship. We don't worship it. We recognize it. We realize it. And so when the European began to take spirituality, and because of his lack of ability to understand it through the melanin complex, he began to create these abstracts that could fit into his own way of thinking, so that he could minimize it or reduce it through his system of reductionism. He reduced spirituality into these religious contexts. And the person that actually drops the whole science about religion and its origin was, of course, a man who researched it for 20 or more years by the name of Godfrey Higgins, and he wrote this analysis. It's about 1,400 pages. And the first thing he says in book one was, all the gods, all the original gods, no matter what, period. And when we spoke about the fact of God or divinity, the only thing we recognized was that all of them that were anthropomorphized were first black. So anything having to do with theism, anything having to do with the realization of Creator within and without, was always us. There was no way for him to understand. In other words, nothing spiritual ever came out of Europe.
Ooh. Dr. G, could you represent for Europe really quickly?
Yeah. Any or all of it?
Any or all of it?
I think no, but part of what he's saying is that Western and European people, they don't come from their heart; they come from their head, and so and I think people, probably the best in people, maybe the worst in people, but the best in people really come from their spirit and their soul. And then I think when it got westernized, that created the kind of progress that has created the world we all deal with today.
Wow. Dr. Phil Valentine, really quickly, where can people find you? Because I know you got to run.
Oh, man.
Where do people find you? What's your website? Do you have any books, products, whatever? Please let us know right now.
When you coming to L.A.?
So we wanted to appreciate it. I have to run. What I could tell them is that the very thing that dealing.
Oh, he breaking up bad.
Is he breaking up?
We don't just with the father of it, chem metaphysics, or we deal with netaphysics, N-E-T-E-R physics, which is the God physics. If they want to deal with that, we're starting our new semester which is next month on the 19th, and they can give us if they wish at 800.
Okay.
Say that again.
Breaking up.
Yeah. 1-800.
1-800.
1-800.
Or they can go.
Well, let's get that number one more time. Let's get that number one more time.
Sorry?
Phil, you're breaking up, Brother Phil. Just please, sir,
Okay.
give us it one more time.
Yeah. Okay. 847-1291.
Yeah.
Again, 800-847-1291. Or they can go up on our website, www.uksnow.org. That's U as in United, K as in King, S as in Science, NOW.org. And this says courses. Scroll down to metaphysical psychology, read the blurb, and you're interested, just call us at 800-847-1291. Family, thanks again for the little spot.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Doc.
brother. We
Doc.
appreciate you so much, man.
Always great. Always great.
Love to you, brothers. Take care.
All right. Listen. Now let's get into it. We've heard from our leading minds. Is God in the book, or is God in you? Jeff?
I was trying to say some of this for the rant.
Well, then, never mind, Jeff.
Okay. No,
Chansin? This dude, Chansin, got a movie out.
He a beast, man. I love
Sex
Chansin.
in the Church House. Sexuality in the Black Church.
Come on.
The Church House.
My thing is that I received the message when I was 9 years old, living in East Orange, New Jersey. And the message was, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to become, little boy. And I heard the message, and it was about becoming a part of people who disseminate information about the good of people who have been downtrodden. So as a little boy, I was super sensitive to the people that were around me. But most of my friends were older than I. So when Spirit talked to me, I heard the same thing the old folks heard. And though I was in church and understood what that was about, but I understood more on a spiritual level that spirituality was deeper than what the church was given to me when I was in Newark and East Orange, New Jersey, the Baptist church, the Pentecostal church, and the Presbyterian church. So this journey for me into my manhood and me doing what I'm doing is all about spirituality for me. My spirit talks to me and tells me what I should do. And what it tells me to do is to heal people who look like me first.
Woo! Oh, man. Man.
Because we need help. So,
man,
when I do that, I have the biggest gift given back to me. When a person comes up to me after seeing one of my films, either on television or on internet or DVD or streaming or in the theater where I'm giving a lecture, and one person comes up to me, Doc, and says, I'm so glad you did that. Wow. Because it touched my spirit. And I'm healing now because of that. Job well done. I don't need anything else. If 1,000 people come, that's gravy. But if it's one person comes and been touched,
wow,
spiritually, because of the message that was given to you spiritually,
yes,
to heal, then what is left?
I often say the same thing.
What is left?
I say the same thing about stand-up. No matter how many people are in the audience, if I can make one person laugh, then I fucking suck. If there's 300 people. When we come back, okay, we're going to the break. Are we coming back on the rant? We're going to come back, and I'm going to have some ignorant shit to say about this very subject. We'll be back in a minute.
Describe something, make my high come down. I can't eat, I can't sleep.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Ty Simpkins. Miss Danielle Basutti. Hi, this is Brooke Peoples. I'm Jocelyn Donahue.
Hi, I'm Keegan Allen, and you're watching
T Radio V. T Radio V.
T Radio V, radio in TV. Was that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
T Radio V,
Yo!
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Oakley.
And I'm Corey Cool.
And you are watching Geekscape on T Radio V.
I'm Laura Samoza.
I'm Sterling Gardner.
And we are Between the Sheets every Monday here, 3 p.m., TRadioV.com.
T Radio V.
That's right, it's T Radio V, Radio in TV. What is that face?
He wants to see our hands.
That's Radio in TV. Wah, 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 wah.
We're not a couple.
Hi, I'm Bob Nalbandian, and be sure to watch my show Inside Metal, which airs live every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on T Radio V. I'm going to be bringing in the greatest heavy metal artists live right here in the studio. Once again, every week at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Tuesday, right here at TRadioV.com, Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Okay, I'm gonna make it fast because I had a whole bunch that I want to say.
Go ahead.
Religion is kindergarten. Spirituality is graduation. That metaphor, if you really this is I can't come up with this shit sober. Kindergarten, if you get stuck in it, kindergarten, it talks about first grade, second grade, third grade. But really all it is cookies and naps. You cannot graduate. There is no room for graduation in that particular paradigm. Spirituality is nothing but constant graduation.
Yes.
It's constant graduation. Okay? The difference between black Christians and Spider-Man fans is that Spider-Man fans do not deny the existence of Stan Lee. Black Christians act like the Council of Nicaea never happened. Black female ministers, black prophetesses, those of you who even stand in church and say anything, I refer you to 2 Corinthians 14, where it says women need to shut the fuck up in church. It's basically little thing, another little tidbit for those of you who say do not forsake the assembly of ourselves. This here is an assembly. It just didn't cost us any money. If you look very close in the Bible, all of God's chosen men, all of them, David, Moses, Abraham, when he was really ready to speak to them, Jonah, he sequestered them. He talked to them alone. He talked to them alone. He got them away from the bullshit, away from the propaganda, away from the pomp and circumstance. By the way, pomp and circumstance equals Pharisees if you believe that way. I'm going to have to say that as a black man, a Christian, and a reader, as those three things.
Oh, Jesus.
I can only pick two. I can only be two. I cannot be a black man, a Christian, and a reader at the same time. I can be a Christian and a reader. I'm going to have to get rid of a little my blackness if I do that. If I'm a black man and a Christian, then I have to refuse to read it all. Because if I read everything, those three things begin to unravel. And I'm not talking about atheism, which is what I'm always accused of by black people who are the regurgitators, I like to call them. The people who have those 12 or 13 scriptures, they haven't really read what came before it or after it. They have no idea where it is. It was some shit somebody told somebody who told them. Those people call me atheist often. That's not true. I firmly believe in God. I just have fired King James as his publicist.
Ooh, damn. Shit. Okay, Jeff. Pow! Hey, first off, don't have your wife out there clapping. I heard her clapping.
Hey, baby.
That's my dude.
That's my wife right there, baby. Shout out to my wife. If it wasn't for my wife, I'd be walking around funky and naked eating off the ground.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. All right.
And
shout out to your wife. Yes. Bobby.
Yes.
You from another generation.
Oh, here we go. Hit him with it.
And Bobby got the wisdom, man, and that's why he's here. He's from another generation, brother, where the church had a different meaning.
Come on.
And the church had a different purpose than it does today.
Come on. Come on.
And I want to know. That's why I'm setting it up this way, just for Bobby.
Yeah.
I'm setting it up this way because he's going to tell us
he about to get the propaganda to the proper group.
In the church today.
He's about to wake up.
He about to get the propaganda to the proper group.
He about to give it to us, right? Bobby, what's the difference between the church today and the church from your day?
The bass player.
There we go. The horn section. There we go. That's why I set it up that way.
It's far more entertaining now. Maybe that's why.
Now, yeah.
I went to sleep because I had a habit since childhood. When the music stopped and the preacher started, I would go to sleep.
Oh, you're out, yeah.
And as soon as there's no disrespect to anybody because the information Firpo had is incredibly important.
Yes.
Just from a historical perspective.
Right.
But when they start mentioning words that I can't spell, I just kind of, I drift out.
So it can reach your subconscious.
Maybe the subconscious don't understand.
It happens in church, man. I was in church a few months ago back in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I'm sitting on the front row, and my surrogate mother is pinching me the whole service because I was fully awake when I went in church, man, and then all of a sudden I tapped out, and I was like, why do I always disconnect from these passages in these books?
Because your brain is wise enough to shut off.
I think the only book that ever really got to me was the Book of Wonder, and that's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
He wrote a song called "Heaven Is 10 Zillion Light Years Away," and they asked him where's his God, and he said he lives inside of me. I ain't been the same since I heard that song back in the 70s, I think, when it comes to spirituality as opposed to being religious. And for me, spirituality has prevailed because I don't have to answer all of the questions. I just have to give thanks for things that I cannot explain nor understand.
Let me tell you something.
And see, now, Bobby just hit on something real heavy. The difference between righteousness and self-righteousness.
Wow.
It's okay. See, in spirituality, it's okay to not have answers. Sometimes no answer is an answer in and of itself.
Well, let me
Sometimes
just say this, though.
wait is the answer.
Yeah.
Earlier today,
do nothing is an answer.
When Zoe was ginning up the show, I thought of something that I really feel is true.
Up the show. Go ahead.
And that is God answers all prayers.
Sometimes his answer is no.
No, you know, sometimes, all the time the answer is no. Because that's a personal thing. And how do you know that God, and it just kind of baffles me sometimes that, we'll watch a sporting event and they'll thank God. And it's like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me God took time from
no
his
interest in who gonna make the last shot?
I have 50 on the Colts.
People dying in the streets, and he said, you know what, let them die. I'm gonna make sure this pass gets to this wide receiver. Okay.
Yeah,
my God. This is not adding up to me. It's just not adding up. I think God answers all prayers the same way. No.
Shit ain't important.
Hell no.
If I gave you something, if he gave us what they said he gave us, then why would he become an intermediary in that? Why doesn't he just let that play out the way it plays out? Wow. Otherwise, is he God? How could he be God if he's picking and choosing?
Dr. G, then Veronica, then Kevin, then you.
Okay.
I want to hear from VC. But as I'm listening to everything, and I'm listening between the words, and I want to hear what you have to say, and what you just said. Do you think that God is most in us when we are fully immersed in service of others with no ego attached to it?
I'm going to answer that and get out of the way. No.
That's heavy.
No, I think God just lets it play out. He lets it play out.
And he's indifferent?
Indifferent in the sense that we have the ability to know the difference between right and wrong. Then we start processing that and changing it into all of these different things to the point where you can justify practically anything. And that's why it gets hard for me to ascertain what God does and does not do.
It was something I've been trying to figure out recently. I am most present when I am completely absent within myself and I am totally immersed in serving others to alleviate their pain, help them get to other places. That's when I'm most present. It's so ironic. It's that when I'm AWOL is when I'm most present. When I'm AWOL for me, and and I'm just wondering if you can understand it.
I get it. Kev, and then Veronica.
Well, for me, whether God is in the book or is in you, that depends on what your perception of God is.
Right.
Because some people need the Bible, and for just dealing with spirituality, first off, the word spirit is the inner breath. The etymology of spirit is breath, the inner breath. So some people can't deal with going inside.
Nefesh?
Yes.
Nefesh?
Yes.
In Arabic, nefsi?
There you go. So some people need a focal point before they're able to go inside. So the Bible is good for some people in order to be able to focus on God and to be able to send that energy somewhere. Now, for some other people, they understand that God is within. They'll go inside. This is where meditation comes in.
Graduation.
Focusing on the breath and things of that nature. And, for me, when I met Zoe, I was super Christian. I was really into Christianity. And the first time I met him, I went to the Tabernacle. This is when he was on Right Knowledge. And the very first thing he taught that day was about Christianity. Like, I was on Christianity hardcore, and he broke Christianity down.
I destroyed it. Oh my God! Which one was it? Was it the Garden of Eden? Is that the one? That's the one that cracked my head open.
It was all.
It was all. It was, and we actually went more into like Genesis and how Genesis and all that stuff, the history, how people don't deal with the history of the Bible, and so that's what got me, and it hit me that I had never looked up beyond what was in the Bible, so. For people who are trying to understand God, it's going to be what your perception is and where you are in life. Some people need to be in the Bible. Some people need to be in the church. Some people need to move beyond that or are beyond that in their life. And then some people understand that God is within them, and you can manifest whatever you think. I mean, literally, you create your own reality. And in most... Can I? You gonna let me finish?
Jeff is hilarious.
And so,
you're supposed to be on your best behavior.
I'm trying, man. It's just what he's saying.
What,
bruh? How can I judge you by what I need? That's my issue. The people, if that's what you need, fine, okay. That's why a grocery store has a lot of shit in it. It's just stuff for Uncle Bobby, stuff for you. I'm going to tell you going to hell because you don't need Depends.
That's right.
I need Depends. That's my shit, okay?
Exactly.
That reminds me of the phrase, the church is like a hospital and the people are sick. Wrong. When the last time you been in a hospital and a sick motherfucker get out of bed and start diagnosing people?
Hey, we need a woman's voice.
Okay, Ronnie Khan, what's up, girl?
Ronnie Khan. Veronica, come in here.
Make some sense.
Hello, beautiful men. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Okay. So, existence has given us the perfect, complete, most pleasurable staircase to God ever invented. And religion, by definition, works actively to shut down this access. Existence gave us the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the act of them coming together in divine sexuality creates a staircase into the frequency of God. See, understand that God is all around us, But oftentimes we're engaged in such low vibration thinking, acting, and being that we are cut off because we don't raise our frequency. When you come together in powerful conscious sex and you bring the divine masculine and feminine together, it creates an electromagnetic circuit through the orgasm that creates a direct channel to God. We were given everything we need, but the church makes us feel guilty for engaging in the conduit, the direct connect to God.
I'm just trying to get back to God when I'm trying to get some cooter. That's all I'm doing.
That's all you're trying to do, baby. That's what you're trying to do.
Oh, no, I get it done. I get it done. I mean, sometimes
I meet up with God.
Sometimes, baby, I ain't trying to put our business out there, but sometimes I see dead relatives. My Uncle James be standing there, yes. Holy mother of God.
Listen, you've got to go.
Yeah, I got to break out.
And that's fine. We're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna continue the conversation with Veronica, with my man Chansin. He has a new movie out.
Yes. Oh,
he's
man.
gonna tell us about this movie. I played the trailer of it in the beginning. He's gonna tell us about the movie, but we'll be back in 2.2 to conclude this conversation. It's gonna get deeper, man. We'll be back in 2.2.
You're watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hey, what's up? It's Tone Loke in the house, and you're tuned into T Radio V.
All right, serious business.
Okay,
here.
ready, guys?
Serious business. Radio voice, everybody. Okay, here we go.
Let's just play. We should put music on and just dance for a minute.
Wait. I have to stop and say one thing. I have to say 2 words.
Hey.
So join us and the rest of the T Radio V.
Ready? Are we on? Give me some music. Watch this. Ready?
Wait, are we rolling?
No.
Oh, is this real? Like, I was just totally kidding. Oh, let's start again. Say that. Start again.
Keep going.
I could do real jazz. 2 jazz hands.
That
was a stick. I was doing a stick.
Well,
the hair is blonde. It's dye. Just because you don't have any hair and he doesn't have any hair and I have all this fake hair.
Start again.
Fine.
How's the hair and the...
I feel like I'm in a puzzle.
Any show you can have, I can have better.
Any show you can have, I can have better.
Are we filming all this? Yep. That's awesome. This is the good stuff. You're short and you know it. I know it was a lot of hodgepodge, but that's good, right?
Yeah,
hodgepodge is good to cut.
Let's do the intro one more time. Menopause.
Radio V.
And it's Mary Carey, of course, Politically Naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct.
Dr.
Dr.
Drew.
Drew, hi. Oh, I'm so.
Hey guys, how are you? It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously, if someone like, because a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in, you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get Politically Naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Way down south from Texas, I pronounce my claim.
I don't know why we give a fuck. I don't know why we care.
I got my eyes locked on.
Listen, the Zoe What Morning Show is back in the building. We're talking about, is God in the Bible or is God in the book?
You mean or in you?
Or is God in the Bible or is God in you?
Man, didn't he just tell you gotta go talk to the white people, man?
Jeff has
yes.
to go talk to them white people.
I gotta go deal with them white folks.
Jeff, tell us.
Okay.
Wednesday
night, every other Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Yes, family, if you are in Los Angeles, make your way to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Long Beach, because they got a cool lounge over to the left where I host a show. That is me and 2 other headliners. Have you ever been? It's the only place you're going to get that. If you go to regular comedy clubs, you're going to have 3-4 shitty guys you have to sit through. No, not at my show. It's me. I do about 20 minutes. I host it, and then that's where the blood hits the floor. I use headliners, the last cats when you go to show. My show's guaranteed funny as shit. You will not be sorry. I will see y'all there Wednesday night. My black ass is out so I can keep my lights on.
Appreciate you, man.
The 718 Broadway, Long Beach, California, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
So, we're talking about this, and I think it's very important. Veronica makes a very important point when she talks about sexuality. Jeff disagreed, and Bobby disagreed, or
with what?
Or wanted to say something about it. Well, you got to go. Bye.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Don't even see. We this how you pull him back in. Watch us pull him back
What
in.
did I disagree about, Zoe?
I just said maybe you didn't disagree. Maybe you had something to say about it.
No, you said I disagreed.
Well, let me take it back, Bobby.
Please.
Jesus. Bobby, did you have something to say about what Veronica had to say?
No, I didn't have anything to say.
This is like really my uncle, for real. This is the kind of conversation I have with my real uncle, right? Right.
No,
buy this car, goddammit. You understand?
This week.
How can I disagree with something I needed her to break down so that I could understand? So for you to say I disagreed with it, I had a look on my face because she used some words that I hadn't heard since college. So I needed her to break that down so I could understand.
Hey, did she make it clear?
Talk to me, Bobby. Talk to me.
No, talk to me. You use some metaphysical and all that, and those kind of words, they mean different things to different people and in different, constructs. Yep. So if you could just kind of, in layman's terms, like that, the yellow bus terminology.
The yellow bus terminology.
I'll be able to pick
And this
it up.
is a motherfucker who write books. One of the most articulate motherfuckers you will ever meet. But okay, I'm going to play along. Go ahead, Veronica.
Yeah. So when men and women get together, they create a charge, right? So the man is electric in his penis, and the woman is magnetic in her womb, right?
Okay.
And so when they get together, they create this circuit that is they both become electromagnetic.
Oh.
The more you raise an electromagnetic vibration around a couple, the more they can both raise their frequency, and I'm going to say, see the face of God directly in the act of lovemaking. That's what it's actually built for. And because a lot of times we're walking around in very low vibration states, focus on our bills, focus on our guilt, focus on a lot of things that organized religion gives us to focus on.
She says
right?
that so. Wait, let me stop you, Veronica. Veronica,
Okay.
let me stop you. She says that so nonchalantly. Maybe our bills or our guilt. First off, it's hard than a motherfucker for people to walk past their guilt or to be able to just leave their guilt somewhere and then they're free to move around, right? That guilt that's riding on a person is really not only riding, but it's in a leadership position in their life. It's making decisions for people. Like you can't just walk past that. That's just a heavy piece to it. You know what I mean?
Most guilt comes from the church. Most guilt comes from the church. That's how you can tell how backwards organized religion is.
There was a time Marvin Gaye, I guess, opined it best for me. When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. And I thought of that song as she was breaking it down and how, with all this technology now and we get bombarded and affirmed with all that she just said in terms of what's in the way of our saneness, our happiness, our sense of fulfillment. And I just wanted to ride that wave with her because she talked about how when we get there with someone of the opposite sex in that space is heavenly.
And you're dealing with guilt.
It is.
You're dealing with, you're saying, guilt in the church. Well, that is a reason why most people need either God or the devil, because if something bad happens, then it was the devil. If something good happens, then it's God.
Blame.
Exactly. And
that somebody got to be wrong for this.
Exactly. So you know that leaves you unculpable for whatever happens, and you know, taking the mantle of God is within me. Then now you have to be responsible for whatever happens to you.
That's right.
In your life.
That's right.
And this is one of the main reasons people need God and the devil, and it's only a school. You know, most people will move past that eventually in their spirituality if they're really serious about it. But you know, finding God in the Bible, I don't necessarily think is bad. I used to, you know, me and Zoe, we used to slay, after I met Zoe and he broke down the Christianity thing, I used to try and slay people for 10 years.
This was over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When we first.
Exactly. And so we were slaying people, taking books everywhere, just trying to just literally destroy. But then I came to understand that a lot of people who are in Christianity, they actually need that. That is a space in their life where they need to be in order to move up. Just like
this is why Jeff gets mad at me now.
Why?
Because Jeff is saying you won't pull your sword out and destroy these pastors that be on your show. You let them ride.
Yes.
But I had to recognize during that time, I mean, I was hurting people more than I was actually liberating them from this particular type of belief. And I had to observe that. Like, wow. This ain't helping them.
We're dragging more and off.
One of the first people I learned that from was my mom. My mother would be like, boy, you're going to always be a Christian. I don't care what you read.
You're going to always be a Christian.
And then I had to look at her like, I had to think first. My first response was, give me that goddamn Bible. Give me that Bible. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what this is about. But then I had to remember, like, wait a minute. This your mama.
And she understands.
So when I saw that, and then I recognized, like, you're not going to change your mama. Just no matter what you do, you going to sit here and argue with your mama about Jesus, for real? Because she was ill, and she was kicking out a lot of money to these churches for prayer cloths and holy water. And she used to spend a lot of money with Jim Baker. She spent a lot of money with Peter Popoff. She spent a lot of money with these guys, and I got this knowledge, and I was like, I'm a liberate her. But then I recognized, if I take that from her, what does she have now?
Thank you. That's bam.
And I recognize maybe this information is for you, and it's not for her.
Yep.
You're the progression of where she is, and you leave her be. You know, I had to come to that realization.
I think when we talk about this, we're talking about different levels of spirituality and where people are in their frequencies.
Yes.
There are higher frequencies, there are lower frequencies that people have to deal on, and that's how people meet, on different frequencies.
Absolutely.
Going back to what the sister said about the sexuality between the man and a woman having sex and having that orgasm, and you see God, or you're at that euphoria point. Well, you're at that euphoria point because that's meant for reproduction, and that's meant for creation. So when you get to creation, which is angel status, because you're bringing another entity into the world,
the very essence of God.
Exactly, that's the very essence of God. So of course, that should be the most pleasurable, because you're bringing an angel back in.
That's right.
Bringing another soul back in.
That's right, pulling that energy through.
That's some Mac stuff right there.
That's straight. Get the draws down right there.
Yeah, baby, let's bring an angel in here.
Hey, get the draws down.
Got this angel dick. Yeah. Little cherubim in you, man. Go ahead.
Hilarious.
Question for everyone. A question for everyone, and Ronnie Con too. How much do you think that at that moment of orgasm and that moment of of whatever is, how much of it is, it's a moment when you feel unalone, and all through life you feel alone. You may not want to think about it because you don't think there's a solution to it, but at those moments when you don't feel alone in whatever you're alone in, like I make a distinction between pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Pain is just pain. Suffering is being alone in pain and seeing no relief in it. And how much of you think that orgastic moment is, I'm not alone? And maybe that's what people feel with God.
Yeah.
I'm not alone.
Or I'm connected.
Yeah, the circuit.
Let me speak.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go on, Ronnie.
Okay, so first of all, I want to enlarge our perspective from moment of orgasm to potentially 2 and 3 and 4 hour orgasms. So let's just start there, that there can be more than a moment. Most people, because they haven't been educated around how to extend that moment with men and between men and women, they perceive it as a moment. So first of all, it can be hours, and it's not about escaping anything in particular here. It's about connecting with a higher vibration than you're used to engaging with. And that is the purpose of intentional, conscious, divine lovemaking. And I will also speak to what the brother said, which is, you know, these moments of surrender and creation are not only designed to create children. What the art and science that we've lost about it is that that's meant to create everything. You can use sexuality as a creative act. Everything that gets here to the planet arrives through the creative act of sexuality. Everything that is born here arrives that way. So God gave us a blueprint from which to create. We just tend to look at it in terms of giving birth to the next physical generation. But you can give birth to businesses. You can give birth to empires. You can give birth to to a lot of things besides just people.
That's beyond sex, though.
Yeah,
it's
You know,
way past sex.
Something I've said over the years when I used to be in practice as a practicing doctor. By the way, I retired officially today as a doctor. Yeah.
What? Today? Did you? But you send out a letter from the desk of Dr. Mark Goldstein.
To my compassion,
I renounce my throne.
They said, "So where are we going to get our meds from?" But no. Today was my last day as a license. You know, 'cause I just retired.
Congratulations.
But one of the things I would often say to people who have been, especially people that have been traumatized. So those are people who have been, you know, hurt to their core and alone. And I've said to them, I think I know what you're most afraid of. And they say, what? I say, I don't think you're afraid of being re-traumatized. You hope you won't, and you think the next time will destroy you. I think what you're afraid of is feeling unconditionally safe. And you don't have to do anything to get that safety or keep it. And I'll tell you, talk about orgasms. Right. They start convulsing with crying. They just cry. They don't know where it's coming from. And they just lean into it because they've never felt that way and everything. And they're just offended against having never felt that way after all the trauma. And so
unconditionally safe. I mean,
and you don't have to do anything.
Sometimes we say things that we need a pause on. Like unconditional. I want you to wrap your mind around the concept of unconditionally safe.
I mean, you don't have to do anything to earn it.
But it's security.
You can't do anything to lose
Absolutely.
it. And I'll tell you, there are hundreds of millions of people that are starved for that orgasm.
Okay, we got to take a break because people need to breathe. That, for real. That you can't do nothing to lose it. And you don't have to do anything to earn it. Unconditionally safe. And listen. Wow. When your life, as Krishnamurti would say, is a chain of mediocre moments connected to each other, and then you walk and you see a Bible or you see a church, it looks like this place where you can find unconditional safety. Like if I go there, if I participate this way, it'll save me from the mundanity that my life is. That's why I don't like it when people say, be happy that you awoke. See, you could say that in your current condition, but you're not in the condition of someone who doesn't have water, who doesn't have food, you're not in Haiti where they still haven't recovered from the earthquake 4-5 years ago. You're not eating dirt cookies, right? So imagine waking up to the stomach pains that comes from eating dirt. You're not going to be like, I got one more chance, I'm up. Do you understand? Hope is a creative tool too. We'll get to that in a moment. We got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to wrap it. We're going to finish it.
Now we ought to talk about also, as this last meeting, what is meditation? In relation to that, we ought to talk over together what is religion. Go to the smallest Indian village, poor, hungry, probably one meal, and that meal is not sufficient. And they have also the feeling of religiosity. They worship a tree, a stone. And you come to a more complicated, sophisticated society, it's the same movement. They may put a garland round a stone with great reverence. In a sophisticated society, it's much more polished. There you have got marvelous cathedrals, churches, painted windows, solemnity, chanting, candles, the strange dress. Oh, that also creates a great atmosphere. If you have been to some of the old cathedrals where cardinals are performing, it's really an extraordinarily beautiful thing.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hi kids, Billy and Francesca here for my brand new show at T Radio V, Advice from an Idiot, every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So please call in and get some advice from someone who knows absolutely nothing about everything.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought, with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So tune in, grab your phones, call me, tweet me, email me in the studio, and let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. That's radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
I mean, if you do, that's like believing that you understand Los Angeles if you have the telephone directory. You know? I mean, this is the level of genetics today. What they say they understand life, and they have the telephone directory, and they're talking about Los Angeles because they can look up, you know, where the genes are, the coding for the proteins. You know, does this tell us anything about a broken heart or a Messiah or a Hitler? I don't think so. So what we are trying to do is return the focus of attention to individual experience. We have been slave too long to ideology transmitted hierarchically and based on a tremendously alienating instrumentality. That's what science depends on now, a tremendously alienating instrumentality. What we need to do is empower experience. Well, this is where the psychedelics come in, because citizens don't take psychedelics because it's illegal. Neither do marionettes, neither do robots. None of these well-behaved and mechanistic reductionist images of humanity take psychedelics because it's misbehaving. Misbehaving is a great sin. In fact, it's enshrined as the first sin. You'll regard that the psychedelic issue was there in Eden, and somebody misbehaved, and then they got tossed out forever, and their children's children into the chaos of history. It's interesting to read in Genesis why this was. It was because they will become as we are, says Yahweh. They will become as we are if they eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge. I suggest to you that this is precisely what we should seek to do, and that this we is the voice of hierarchy, the voice of paternalism, the voice of the male ego finally right up into the storm god, the volcano god who lies back there in the origins of monotheism. We empower our experience by insisting on our authenticity. It's a wonderful thing to learn to be able to stand up and yell bullshit. I did it when I was about 18 years old, and it was the meme of the hour, and it blew their minds. It did blow their minds. It was uncivil. It was uncivil.
So, this is not an easy topic for a lot of people because fear dominates a lot of people's life. Religion, training wheels for life, right? Any idea is a training wheel, right? Because we use it for something. It has a function, okay? This will keep me steady. I got these training wheels and I won't topple over, right? Right? Before 1905, when Einstein wrote the theory of relativity, the training wheels for science was Newton, right? And Newton said this is a mechanistic world and a mechanistic universe, and the atom is the smallest, most indestructible thing there. And nothing smaller than that, and it all begins with that, and God is like a clock keeper. Yep. He's on the outside looking in, right? And he's not a part of none of this. And then 1905 came, and all of that got turned upside down, right? Spirit, let me, this is a lot of things I want to cover real quick. Anything that the government and society sanctions for public consumption is designed to imprison. So if the government signs off on a belief system, that is there to spiritually lock you in. That is a spiritual placebo.
Yep.
Because otherwise they wouldn't let it be legal. They wouldn't let it happen. Right? There's a reason why marijuana is not legal everywhere. Because they understand Bob Marley was on some shit. Now, Bob Marley was connected.
On some real shit.
And then not just Bob Marley, but anybody making that kind of music, they was connected to something. This is why Sting went down there and bit all of that and then created the Police.
Right.
Right? So we'll love the Police, but we won't listen to Sting when he goes, well, I got all this shit from Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Right? There's a connection to God in music. This is why they try to police the music. What are you saying? Wait, hold on. What are you doing? No. There's not a market for that. Well, you create the markets. You design markets. Please understand, anything that the government sanctions is designed to imprison and lock you in and create an economy from that. I hope motherfuckers understand what I'm trying. Okay. An opportunity / diversity extended from an oppressive hand is but a shackle in disguise.
Speak on it.
See, you
Truth.
Listen, we can't be a free people. Free is spirit. Free is spirituality.
Man.
You can't be a free people, right? If you're looking to be included in a sick system.
Come on.
Right? So we have the technology. We have the artistry. We have the talent. But yet we still look for the validation of the oppressor. Right? Please, Chris Rock, we just want opportunity. Listen, brother, an opportunity extended from an oppressive hand is but a shackle in disguise. Do you understand? You said it yourself during the award show.
Sure
you said it yourself. You said it's not racism. It's kind of like a sorority, right? Listen, we're not dealing with the truth. We love our oppressor. That is the truth. We desire, we crave his authority. Guess what? We crave his acknowledgement. Guess what? This is the crazy shit. We can never announce or renounce their award show if we never renounce their version of God. See, this all goes back to God. The white man is the author of reality here in the world. Who wants to argue that? Soon as you come up with your version, they can make it illegal. They can fucking use their media system to say this motherfucker's crazy. Am I lying? Am I lying in any way, shape, or form? No. You come up with your own currency system, they go, hey, that shit is fucking with the dollar. Well, guess what? We'll shut it all down. You know, no fly zone over your neighborhood.
Gaddafi.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I bring all of this together. This is why you cannot renounce an award show unless you renounce their God, yes, their version of God. This is why we played the John Henry Clark clip in the beginning. We didn't put it on the part that we wanted it on, but the brother said, you, brother, sister, father of humanity, mama of humanity, y'all were incredible before Islam and Christianity. It was, listen, you got Socrates and them sitting, Plato, sitting 20, 40 years waiting to get into the mystery schools. Now you can't even get into the mystery school unless you go to school and join a sorority or a fraternity. You can't get into the mystery school unless a Mason invites you in. God, yes, listen, spirit is you. And let me just tell you something that's amazing about spirit. Because this is the trick of the law of attraction that people don't understand. You as a being, Chansin as a being, Doc as a being, Kev, Bobby, Zoe, we, Veronica, we are facets of the living diamond. And we have the power to enliven and brighten our facet, which may or may not brighten the next facet to us. So a lot of times we seek to try to control the whole diamond, but we can only control that which is ours to control within the diamond of reality. Does that make sense?
Very much so.
I'm trying to get y'all to understand that God is you. Always been you, ain't never gonna be nothing else but you. Every experience you go through is designed for the maturation of your being.
That was what the Matrix was really about.
That's what
the Matrix said. You are God.
That's what it is. That's what it is. The scientists are getting closer, right? They're getting closer to this understanding. Scientists are starting to say, whoa. What is this shit around the electron? Oh, well, we call it the field. The field of what? Well, of infinite possibilities. Anything could happen in the field. And the only time it breaks down is when we observe it, and that's when it turns into an electron or a discrete body of matter.
Yes.
When we observe it. So that means Our observation on a situation creates it?
You're the creator of the...
Yep. And then Krishnamurti comes along and goes, well, whatever the observer is the observed. And then the theoretical physicists, who typically don't have words for the fourth and fifth dimensional mathematics they're working on that creates this model of the universe, they go, well, shit, that's it. Because we did the double split test, where we sent the damn electrons through the double split, and next thing you know, it created an inference pattern on the back wall. Well, we did that, and we didn't understand why, but now we know. Whenever we desire to observe a thing, we change it with our consciousness. The field of infinite possibilities? How is a Christian not going to see that as God? How can a Christian ignore that right there? The field of infinite possibilities surrounding... Wait a minute. The electron... Remember Big Mama? You're not going to know where you're going until you recognize where you come from. Well, that's the uncertainty principle, Heisenberg's theory. Well, guess what? We're not going to be able to tell you the momentum and the location of this electron. You need to pick which one. Now, if you want to know the momentum, I can't tell you where it's at.
Yep.
If you want to know where it's at, I can't tell you how fast it's moving. Is that not the uncertainty principle in our lives? You create these ideological constructs, and you don't know that it's almost like building a wall and sealing yourself inside while you're building it. These ideas, right? The uncertainty principle. You want trust in your relationship. Where's the uncertainty principle fit into trust? We were talking about being open and creating an open reality in your life. You can't create, you can't build unless you're open. And open means I don't have any judgment. I don't have any prognostication for where this is going to go. I'm just open to receive the reality of what could be. What are the possibilities? Did you know scientists are now aware that every reality is in existence all at the same time? Past, present, future, all that, and everybody you broke up with, you are with them in an alternative reality. And shit's all good. People don't understand that. Yeah. Like, the fabric of reality contains the whole message. This is why scientists and doctors alike are saying the holographic universe is the best way to not only describe the functionality of the brain, but to describe spirituality. Relationship's not a mirror anymore. The relationship dismount is about to get updated. The relationship is a hologram. Right. It contains whole gram message. It contains the whole message. So you think because you broke up with old boy that the rest of the message ain't coming through in the next relationship? Spirituality is the reason God took on a human form in the form of humanity.
You create your reality.
You create your reality. Listen, I'm Zoe Williams, and that's my final thought. Jeez, I don't know what we did here, but I think it's important that we did it, and I think we should continue to do it. Everybody, please tell them where they can find you.
At Valentine Smith, www.realmendon'tplay.com. And Joe, you'll break this down to me later, man, you know, where I can understand it.
Oh, here you go with your language. Here we go. One of the smartest people I know on planet Earth, by the way.
You guys can get at me at the YouTube channel, Real Nagas, REELNAGAS. If you want to email me about any of this information, that's realnagas@gmail. And for the online training, go to 3B Bootcamp. /BBB online. That's the number 3, B as in boy, bootcamp.com.
Talking to Crazy. Today's the last day for $1.99 on Kindle. It was an Oprah book. It's nominated for an Audible Book of the Year award. And also I'm doing a webinar, free webinar on March 2nd. That's Wednesday for Citrix on Talking to Crazy. Look up Citrix, Goulston, Talking to Crazy. It's free. It's 10 to 11 on Wednesday Pacific time, 1 to 2 Eastern time. And out of the gate, I'm going to tell everybody who wants to know how to get through to Donald Trump.
There we go. There we go. Chansin, film director, man.
For me, D. Chansin Berry. Once again, Zoe, fellas, thank you for letting me come in and be a part of this again.
You, brother. Always, brother.
This is always healing for me. And for folks who want to get to me in terms of my new movie, The Church House, Sexuality in the Black Church, and Dark Girls, and the other movies I've done, you can reach me on Facebook. That's the best way to reach me, D. Chansin Berry on Facebook. And we can continue our journey there. And also, I have on the Facebook page screenings that are going around the country. Like the next one's coming up in Chicago on the 11th and the 10th and the 11th. And on the 11th, we're having a big program, Hollywood Black Talkback at the DeSable Museum in Chicago. Me, Richard Roundtree, and a whole bunch of folks. Dawn Lewis and Margaret Avery and a whole bunch of folks.
Awesome. Veronica Conway.
Yes, sir. Black Mastery is on sale. Final day of Black History Month. We call it Black Mastery Month around here. Otherwise, you can find me at veronicaconway.com.
Awesome. I just love this new backpack. The Aria Rose collection gave me.
And that was Prima.
One final thing. A book by Marlon Green, a comic book for kids. Never Hit Girls. He sent this to me. They're all signed. I'm going to be passing them out to a few of young men I know. Listen, this is a tough lesson, too. We may have to revisit that one as well. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to the Zoe What Morning Show. God is you. Don't ever forget that.
Absolutely.
Holla at you next week. Deuces.
Peace.
Hey, Chance.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.